Hello, good day everyone. Sir Kevin here again, and welcome to another discussion for our product management class. And in the past, we've discussed the phases of the new product development process, and we've gone through the opportunity identification phase. And today, we'll be discussing about the second phase, which is the creativity and the new product process. So this is the first screen. Now, this is the first screen or initial review of a product, no? Because will be generating the concept out of an opportunity. Okay, so without further ado, let's discuss the topic. So through time that creativity has been developed, no? So the question is, how can we be creative, no, on generating new product ideas? Of course, there will be criterias there. So it doesn't come up and be successful just because you thought of this. It's a result, no? It's a result of critical and creative thinking, no? Critical and creative thinking for you to be able to put up a feasible and a sustainable product. Okay, so we have different strategies, no? That geniuses find many different ways to look at a problem. So how do you see the problem? It's a good, it's a startup. Geniuses make their thoughts visible, so they put up their ideas as a concept and then lay that up and design it. Okay, geniuses produce. Geniuses make novel combination. That's new combinations, no? So it's new. Ibig sabihin, you put up synergy there, no, of different factors, and you might not know that things might be good. Okay, geniuses force relationships. Geniuses think in opposites. Baka mabigla ka that in the future you might be an orthodox now, baka, and darating yung araw you will be classic example of that geniuses. Okay, just like Starbucks, KFC, no, hindi pinapansin dati yan because they are unorthodox. Sabi dun sa kwento, baka walang bumili niyan. That might be a thing now. Then geniuses think metaphorically, no? And then geniuses prepare themselves for chance, no? Ito yung mga bagay that we need to think about. You as a creator of a concept or a generator of the concept, no? So some of these roadblocks of creativity, look at this. So according to the chairman of the IBM, Thomas Watson, I think there is a world market for maybe five computers. So they have that breakthrough about the computing technology. Computers in the future may weigh no more than 1.5 tons. No? Dati kasi ang bibigat ng mga computer. So they might thought of this. No? That's why it's a historic roadblock. No? I can assure you that the processing is a fad that won't last out the year. Then so we went Atari and said, look at this. They generate ideas. No? They have generated ideas. So just like this Apple quotation there. No? And then yan. Ibig sabihin, these are creatives. That means they get out of the convention, and that's one way of developing a new strategy, a new product strategy wherein you're outside of that comfort zone. You might be thinking that it will be impossible. People will not be purchasing that. But hey, product concept generation involves risks. No? Of course, you need to study the market first, but it also involves risk kasi planning does not equate to the implementation, because in the implementation per se is there are different factors going on there. No? So it's still a risk. No? So these people, these businesses are a product of those risks and succeeded. Okay, so there are different obstacles to idea generation. So the idea of group, how the group think, no? Sabi nila that two heads are better than one. But syempre mas magkakagulo kung both heads do not want to compromise, no? Minsan nangyari yun. So that's how the group think, no? So it might not be going into that desired conclusion. Then the targeting error, most of the products, no, might be feasible but has failed on the target marketing plan, no. So the product that has been developed are not for that type of segment, no. So that's the targeting error. Then poor customer knowledge, yun, hindi ka nagkamali kundi you don't know your clients. So that's why we'll be dealing in the next few meetings or next few sessions about the data analytics, no? So demographics, statistics, then the complexity of your ideas, then lack of empathy, and then too many cooks. So yun nga, maraming nagsasalita sa company and hindi na put into realization yung mismong plano. Okay? So we have barriers to firm creativity. That's a cross-functional diversity. So diversity leads to more creative stimulation kasi iba-iba kayo ng perception, no? And creativity. Allegiance to functional areas. Yan, hindi ka naman nagiging flexible. Social cohesion. So if the interpersonal ties among team members are too strong, candid debate may not occur. So yun, sama-sama kasi kayo, wala nang gustong mag-isip out of the box. And okay na yan, no? It might happen. And then the role of top management, management should encourage the team to be adventurous, no? Minsan the top management naging sobrang conservative about it. Remember, as I discussed earlier, that many of those successful companies are results of those risks. And dito pinag-uusapan yun, that the top management has that role, no, in the concept generation. Then how to stimulate creativity, so recognize individuality, then be tolerant of mistakes, yan. Be supportive under stress, and technique includes competitive teams, idea bank, no, so you collect those information, those creativity bank, no, to be used in the future, no. Of course, this will entail many researches. Okay, so these are the most important parts on the concept generation of a product. We have three factors to think, no? Three criteria to think whenever we generate concept, no, for a product, new product concept. So first the form, second is the technology, third is the benefit or the need. So what's the form? No? Form is the physical thing created or for a service, the set of steps, no, by which the service will be created. So how, that's the form, no, and the physical na itsura, the design, no. And then technology is the source by which the form is to be attained. Ano yung gagamitin mo? Those are the resources, no. And lastly, but the most important among the three is the benefit and the need. You will be doing that product, you will be generating that concept because you are targeting a demand, you are targeting the need. You want to let your customers benefit, no? So benefit to the customer for which the customer sees a need or desire. So we have three. Technology permits us to develop a form that provides the benefit. That's the total package of a new product concept. No? So there should be the form, the technology, the benefit, and the need. Okay, so this is how the this is how they are generated. So this is the most typical thing to do. No? That's the customer need, and the firm develops technology and produces the form, no, yung itsura. Okay, so take a look at the picture. Please visualize this. That of course coming from the voices of your customer, you saw the opportunity, and after knowing the opportunity, you develop a technology on how to cater that, and then you produce a form. Okay, so that's the first approach. The second approach is the company has that resource, that's the technology, and find the match to need in a market segment, no? So meron din palang need, that's why you created that, no? Okay, now there are certain product concept that starts with firm in vision form. So that means meron ng idea about the product, so they just need to develop technology to the product form and test to the consumer. So that means parang sinusubukan mo lang dito, no, kung mapapatok siya. That's one of the most risky thing to start with, yung how do the company think about the product, no? So di katulad ng meron kang opportunity such as the customer need or meron ng technology yung company. So those are far more efficient than the third approach. Okay, so what's a product concept? Your product concept is it's a verbal or prototype statement. It means, no, from the idea, it's a cognition, it's a analytical process, no, mental process. You're converting that into a verbal prototype, no? It's a product concept, a verbal or prototype statement of what is going to be changed and how the customer stands to gain or lose, no? So you need at least 2 or 3 inputs to have feasible new product concept, and all 3 to have a new product. Okay, so ganito, how do you know that a product concept is feasible? At least 2 of those factors, yung kanina, form, technology, and benefit are there. And then for it to have a new product concept, no, ay andun yung tatlo. Okay? So ganun po yung kailangan natin gawin. Okay? So why do you need a product concept and not just an idea? Of course, you need to have a blueprint. That's the product prototype. No, o yung concept prototype, no, yung verbal, no? Kumbaga, you need to voice that out. No? Needed to judge whether it is worthy of development. If nasa utak mo lang yan, no, baka hindi mo mapag-aralan, no? This should be verbal prototype. No? Mabanggit, mapag-usapan kasi na-filter siya. So that's the first screen or the initial screen. Potential customers do not have enough information to judge the worthiness of an idea. No? So you need to think about it. Okay, look at this. Would a taxi operator like car with a 10 cents per mile operating cost? So, not if it is used Caterpillar tractor technology instead of wheels. So, the need plus technology. So, you need to think about it. No? You need to think about it. Okay? So, ito yung itsura na sinasabi ko. First, if you have a need and a form, so you have a concept, new yan. So we have a feasible new product concept, no? Feasible, pwede. Yan, look at this, new product concept. Okay? Or a need and a technology, new product concept. Form and technology, new product concept. But if you have all of those elements, look at this at the middle of your Venn diagram. Now there's a new product, no? Because you have all of those factors to generate that new product, no? So you need to establish those factors, no, para masabi mo, ma-evaluate mo whether these are feasible, no, in an initial screen. Okay, so just like that, the designer decaf, then the toothbrush. So I'll be sending you this lecture, no? What type of concept is it in or not? Okay, and then we have the different methods of generating product concepts. So there are 2 broad categories. Okay, gathering ready-made product concepts and then using a managed process run by new products team. No? So, the first approach is meron ng mga product concept and you are gathering them. And then the second one is you have a product team and then they have the process on developing. No? So kumbaga, the first one is not that established. Okay? So you have different sources of ready-made new product concept. No? Your technical and research and development, no, coming from the employees. And then the end users, in Android softwares, those products and services ay nanggagaling mula sa mga end users, not just also from the employees, no? Yes, they develop those, no? But you have coming from the end users, kanya nga they they launch beta products, no? What do you call it? Beta version, no? That means the trial, no? The trial phase, that the lead users would like to comment, no? Coming from your resellers, suppliers, vendors, competitors, the invention industry, and then idea exploration firms and consulting engineers and other sources. So you have different sources of new product concepts, no? So if there's technology, if there's a form, and there's a need, no? So coming from your, especially the technical and research and development. Okay, so miscellaneous categories includes your consultant, advertising agencies, no? So in your marketing research, you might be have discussed this. And then a good creative source is coming from the crowd, no? Crowdsourcing ang tawag dito. Open idea solicitation from customers. That is why, no, sa mga Android softwares po natin, merong mga comment box, and the developers are taking note of those, what is happening, bakit ganito, and then they try to fix the problem as much as early as possible, no, to continue or to satisfy the needs of the customers. Okay, so your lead users, yun nga sinasabi ko sa inyo. Okay, so we have toolkits for user innovation, a set of design tools that customer can use to customize a product best suited for them. You know, this is one of the success na nangyari sa Nike. If you don't know, if you Nike has that Nike ID, no? Hope that you visit www.nike.com. No, I'm not advertising, but this is a topic about user innovation. They tend to allow users or customers to design and make their own colorways of the Nike products. No, sila nagdi-design. Kaya mapapansin niyo yung NBA basketball players, no, ay merong iba't ibang kulay ng shoes at iba't ibang design and colorways, no, because they allow, no. So you know, there's a certain product but different preferences para sa mga tao. Merong may gusto nito pero ayaw niya yung kulay. So that might be a user innovation. So you are now allowing customers, no? You are now allowing customers to voice out their preferences. Okay? So that's tantamount to open innovation. So the process by which a firm searches for research, innovation, technologies, and products. No? So kumbaga, through time you develop your systems, your process, your products. Increase the speed of research and innovation because you have different sources. Okay, inputs can come from internal and external sources, no? And your sources might be coming from your research development and inventors and other companies, no, as your external sources. Okay. This is the principle for open innovation. Before we end up, no? Accept that not all smart people work for us, no? So that means some other sources might be fitted to the organization and the product or the project, no? So it's both in and outbound, no? Kanya nga it's open innovation, so you're allowing different sources to be there and to have a critical analysis of what should you do next. Okay, and then there it is. Okay, that's the end of our discussion. So we have different forms to think about and different approaches when to start a new product concept. I hope that you enjoyed as much as I did. Thank you very much for watching. See you on to the next one.